Hey guys, Jake here. Been a while since I made a video, but cold and rainy this morning, a few problems around the farm, animals, so I've got a few minutes here to sit down and make y'all a video. Gonna try and give you some information this morning. Again, I ain't got to go into all the news with you guys. Y'all are aware of what's going on out there. I told y'all before. All I'll say again is the situation is only getting worse. Prepare all that you can, any way that you can. And that's this morning's video. Until it actually happens, and many people have gone through blackouts, temporary power outages. Until it happens, you know, we all take this artificial light for granted. Us humans aren't made to see in the dark. You can see a little bit, but when it comes to, you know, actually moving around at night or, you know, doing things in the darkness, it becomes very difficult. And I fully expect a grid down situation. Y'all are aware of all the war situations going around, and be very aware that when the official announcement is made and we get into this world war, our electrical grid will be a target. Look at some of the first things that they hit in Ukraine. The infrastructure is going to be a target, and the electrical grid is going to be very high on that list. And do not think for a second, guys, that they have to be dropping bombs over here to affect our electrical grid. I know y'all have all heard about the people running around, shooting up the substations, driving their cars into them, blah, 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 whatever. That is only increasing and only getting worse, and it's just a matter of time before they actually get one that makes a difference. Yeah, they've hit smaller stuff, and there's been 15, 20, 30, 40,000 people without power for some time, and as they continue, those transformers are only going to get harder to get. So I fair warn you about the grid going down and the precautions that you need to take, whatever they may be, and I'm going to go into several of them, but today we're going to focus on light and creating light. All right, now I'm going to try and give you 4, 5, 6 different ways here that we have chosen to create light in a situation to where the grid may go down. Now, many of y'all are aware our farm here runs off grid. So solar is my number one on my list for creating artificial light, whatever that may be. Just when the sun goes down, it's going to get dark in your house, and you need to create light for whatever reason. Cooking, kids' school work, you know, cleaning weapons, maintenance on the farm, whatever. You know, you need light when the sun goes down. So my first thing that I use is solar. We installed a very large solar array here at our farm. Our house is not attached to the grid at all. It doesn't make me off grid per se, but that's a different video. But we are not attached to the power company high lines at our house here. So number one is my solar system. If something were to happen to my solar system, I have number two, which is multiple generators here on our farm. We have several large 10, 20,000 kilowatt generators that can run the whole home, that can charge my battery bank for my solar system. You know, I have a process there worked out to where I only have to run my generators for a few hours. They charge my battery bank underneath my house, and that gives me time to operate my home here before I have to start my generator. I do not have to run it 24/7. Okay, so I would suggest to you that you get some kind of solar even if it's just a small system for your lighting, and it does not require a large system just to run lights. And lights are going to be important, guys, okay? Do not buy one of these solar bank systems. They're very expensive. You can build your own system much cheaper, just as effective, for probably half the money. All right, so you got the solar and you got generators. My generators are multi-fuel, propane, gasoline, diesel, and we store fuel, a lot of fuel for those generators, years supplies worth of fuel for the generators. The third thing, number 3, is everybody's go-to thing when the lights go out, a flashlight. The first thing I'll tell you about flashlights is are not all created equal, okay? And go spend the money for a good flashlight. This particular light is a stream light, and it will get so hot on the end right here that it can ignite paper. It is rechargeable, it is waterproof and completely underwater, and this one happens to be about 1,000 lumens. It is very bright with multiple settings. A good flashlight to have, not for all use, but a good flashlight is going to be very important, guys. Lots of batteries, whether you have a rechargeable battery or you stock up on regular batteries, keep extra batteries. The bad thing about the rechargeables are you're only going to get 100, some are a little more, 150 charges on that battery, and your rechargeable batteries are going to go bad. All right, they're not going to hold a charge. So keep regular batteries to replace in all of your lights. And I highly suggest that you get the 10-year batteries. Both Energizer, Duracell, the large manufacturers of batteries, make batteries that came with a 10-year guarantee. Try and get those batteries. As far as flashlights go, have a good flashlight that is handheld, that you can use, very bright, multi-purpose. But your personal light, I would recommend you get a nice headlamp. For one, the biggest reason is with this headlamp, it means your hands are free and no longer have to hold a light. And when you are working or using a light at night, doing something, you may need both hands, and a headlight is the way to go. I would also suggest that you use a headlight that comes multicolored. Red is the hardest color for the human eye to see. So people in the distance will not be able to see this red light, and you can illuminate the area around you if you are trying to be a little stealthy. That's what the red light is for. These actually have a green light on them too, which is not real common, but can be used for signaling, and again, not to necessarily give away your position. But this green light is more visible than that red light, okay? I highly recommend a good headlight. You're gonna definitely like it. All right, so that's 3. Number 4, candles, all right? They don't put off a lot of light, but in the pitch darkness, all right, when your eyes adjust, candle light is better than no light. Candles come in many forms, shapes, sizes, blah, blah, blah. You're buying candles for longevity. You want to buy unscented, regular candles, and beeswax candles generally tend to last longer. We actually make our own candles from our beehives with bee wax. We have bought a store of wicks. We have some fragrances and things that we can add to the candle, but for a general rule of thumb, we make our own beeswax candles here. They are replenishable. We can make more every year with the wax that we collect from our beehives. So candles, they're gonna be a good one, guys, all right? 4. Number 5. There are many doodads and gadgets out there which will produce light for you. And some are very affordable. Now, most of these things that I'm showing you guys are gonna light up a very small area. And again, when you have no light, any light is better than none. I have done a product review on this before. It's called a gravity light. There are many versions of this, and it's not a product plug or anything. I bought it, I'm not sponsored or nothing, but it's basically a LED light that works off of a grandfather clock style pendulum and weight. You put rocks in a bag that's hooked to this device. I would unbox it all here, but it is a mess. Basically, okay. It has a hook here where you hang a bag. You put rocks in it and weight it. You wind up the clock. You pull this and wind the clock, basically. And the weight of the bag sits there and runs a small generator inside. It will produce light. It has a couple of plug-in lights with a cord on it, so you can light up a decent sized area with this little gravity light. It requires no batteries. It requires no sunshine, no input other than you getting up and winding the cord and lifting the weight back up. And it will run for about 20 or 25 minutes on that one pull of the weight. So again, just an alternative, some form of light for you to light a room in your home. And I've had that light probably 15 years in storage, and when I bought it 15 years ago it was about 50 bucks. And again, they come in many varieties, shapes, sizes, you know, gizmos and doodads out there that create light. Look into it and find one that you like. I particularly like the weighted rock one because you can always pick up dirt or rocks or whatever and weight the bag down and have light. Okay, that's number 5. Here, just handy. Many of y'all are aware, hurricane lamps, oil lamps, all right? You can pick these things up at garage sales, guys, all the time for, you know, 10, 15, 20 bucks. A lot of you out there go to flea markets and stuff. Get you some of these oil lamps. They actually work pretty good. The oil is readily available, smokeless, odorless, that kind of stuff. Lanterns come in many shapes, forms, sizes. Here's a new one. Again, it's an oil lantern. Y'all are all familiar with the Coleman lantern, whether it be propane or the old pump-up style Coleman fuel. We have many of those. They will all produce light for you, all right? And as I said, a little light in the darkness is going to be a game changer for you. Whether it's needing to repair something or needing to fix something, or, you know, just everyday activities. Somebody got hurt at night and you need light to sew up, you know, stitches. There's a million reasons. These are just a few. There are other ones out there, I'm sure. I don't particularly care for the glow chemical lights. Again, the human eye is normally used to seeing that white light to distinguish color and, you know, things that can make a difference when the time is dire. So just my ideas on a few lights, guys. I hope some of this information may help. I got lots of content coming up. I've just been so busy with other projects going on that I don't really have time to film or edit YouTube, but I've got a lot of content recorded. I'm gonna try and get some of it edited and up to you guys. But as always, I appreciate y'all watching. Like, share, subscribe, send it out. Share with somebody, you know, that may be inquiring about what they're gonna do for light, because it is gonna be important when the darkness encloses in on you. Thanks for watching, guys. Y'all stay safe out there.